There are years when anime just feels special. 2025 was one of those years. Every season had something that made us go, whoa! Stories that hit deep, animation that defied logic, and moments that stayed long after the credits rolled. I know just choosing 10 sounds wild, but here we are. Get ready, we're looking at the top 10 best anime of 2025, and it's stacked. You know an anime's wild when your elevator pitch sounds like guy gets betrayed, eaten by his pet whale, and comes back to wreck everyone. Coming from China's booming animation scene, this one blended revenge fantasy, spiritual beasts, and absurd power scaling that made me audibly go, bro, what? Multiple times. But here's the thing, it worked. Every episode escalated the madness with jaw-dropping abilities, grandiose battles, and a world that felt massive. Sure, it's dramatic, maybe even melodramatic, but that's the beauty of it. It's that unapologetic, everything is epic energy anime fans secretly love. Between the mythical vibes, savage one-liners, and amazing fight animation, this show devoured my screen time, literally. What Aliens, ghosts, psychic battles, romance, chaos, that's Dandadan. Season 1 already felt like a sugar rush. Season 2, that was an entire bakery explosion. Every episode is pure creative insanity. One moment you're getting all emotional just because Gigi wants to be friends with a monster, and soon you see a punk rock exorcism. Half the time I find myself yelling, what's going on? But that's what makes everything that is this show. The chemistry between Momo and Okarun continues to be the chaotic glue holding this supernatural circus together. The animation, still nuts. The comedy, still gold. And the emotional beats, mwah. Dandadan didn't just double down, it multiplied by infinity and broke the calculator. Easily one of the most entertaining anime rides of the year. So picture this, it's a chilly autumn evening in Japan. Mount Fuji's glowing orange under the sunset, the air smells like roasted sweet potatoes, and you're sitting at home jealous. But wait, our sponsors Tokyo Treat just dropped their Fuji Fall Snackscape box, and suddenly Japan's fall is at your doorstep. You get melon high chews, sweet potato puku puku tai, Mount Fuji Choco Crunch, and strawberry white chocolate crunky. It's like an edible postcard from Japan's best season. Each Tokyo Treat box brings limited edition snacks you won't find anywhere else, plus a cultural booklet so you can pretend you're studying between sugar highs. And if you want something calmer, something that feels like sipping tea under maple leaves, Sakurako's Wonder of Nagano box is pure zen. You get melon hojicha, chestnut pie, walnut biscuits, and a beautiful saga shippo plate that makes every snack feel just like art. So yeah, skip the flight and still taste Japan's fall. Click the link in the description or scan the QR codes and use code VINNY for $5 off your first box. Because honestly, autumn's better when it's snack flavored. What do you get when you mix Sherlock Holmes, Cthulhu, and a dash of Full Metal Alchemist? You get Lord of Mysteries, an intoxicating blend of mystery, magic, and madness. This Chinese animation hit different. Set in a Victorian-inspired world brimming with fog, secret societies, and sanity-shattering powers, it managed to feel both classy and horrifying. Yeah, I know it has pacing issues, but the art direction was stunning. Elegant one minute, otherworldly nightmare the next. And the protagonist, charismatic yet unpredictable, pulling you deeper into the web of intrigue every episode. Lord of Mysteries didn't rely on loud action to grab attention, it seduced you with its quiet brilliance. A spellbinding hidden gem that deserves way more love than it got. Aura Farmer is back and he's flexing harder than ever. Solo Leveling Season 2 picked up right where Season 1 left off, with Jinwoo casually soloing enemies like he's late for dinner. But this time, it wasn't just about the spectacle, though holy hell, the spectacle was unreal. Season 2 gave us deeper lore, higher stakes, and fights that looked so good, I had to remind myself to blink. The production went full, let's make gamers cry from hype mode, and I loved every frame. Jinwoo remains one of anime's most unapologetically cool protagonists, stoic, confident, and borderline mythic. You watch for the insane boss fights, but you stay for the sheer power fantasy of watching one man take on literal gods. If main character energy was a genre, Solo Leveling would be its poster child.
俺は成長し続けられるから。
何でも言ってよ。お手伝いぶちかますし、私。
互いの頭脳が合わせればたどり着ける。そこに全ての謎の源がある。
You ever watch anime and go, so they're doing science wars now? That's Dr. Stone, science future for you. In this season, Senku and crew trek into the New World, as in North and South America, to hunt down rare resources, unravel secrets of the petrification device, and clash with formidable foes. This isn't just about flashy tech, it feels like a grand expedition. They're legit building electric motors or cooking up something, or they're in jungle warfare, racing through forests with scientific gadgets in hand. The show leans harder into action than before, but those scientific moments are still there, they just punch harder now. Visually and narratively, Science Future balances discovery and danger masterfully. Senku still shines with that smug, this is exhilarating energy, while conflicts force him to apply science under pressure. And man, those emotional beats hit just as hard as the explosions. The final episodes made me fist pump for chemistry like it was the World Cup. Dr. Stone, Science Future reminded us that sometimes the most powerful magic of all is just good old-fashioned science.
最終決戦はアマゾン奥地ストーンサンクチュアリそうそるぜこれはさあ始めようか
You know how every time Demon Slayer drops something new, the internet collectively loses its mind? Yeah, Infinity Castle Part 1 didn't just break the internet, it slammed it into another dimension. This arc feels like Ufotable kicked open the studio doors and yelled, who needs psychics when you have unlimited budget? The sheer scale of the castle, the twisting corridors, floating rooms, shifting gravity. It's like someone gave an architect too much caffeine and too much talent. Every frame looks expensive, like mortgage a house for another render pass is expensive. But beyond the spectacle is the atmosphere. It's claustrophobic, emotional, and dripping with tension. You can feel the endgame approaching. Every fight feels personal, every cut deliberate. The animation hits god-tier levels, but the character moments, that's where it hurts. Infinity Castle Part 1 isn't the finale yet, but it already feels like the calm before a historic storm. Demon Slayer's crown is still firmly in place and shining brighter than ever.
宴の時間だ
In a year where everyone and their grandma tried to be a superhero, To Be Hero X swooped in and said, hold my cape. This wild ride from a Chinese studio proved that great anime can come from anywhere, and it did so with style to spare. Imagine a world where believing in a hero actually gives them power. Yeah, you read that right. It's a ridiculous premise that the show absolutely owns, delivering some of the wackiest hero antics I've seen since One Punch Man discovered hair loss. The animation and fight scenes were shockingly slick, plus you can feel the passion behind it. They even roped in top-tier musical talent with Savano, so every epic moment had a killer soundtrack to match. It's basically my gym playlist now, you know. If Absurdly Fun had a poster child, To Be Hero X would be front and center.
風が強く吹き荒れていた。
人は明滅するのだ。私の灯火が消えようとも、灯火を受けた誰かが照らす。
There's something heartbreakingly beautiful about watching My Hero Academia reach its final season. Kind of ending that makes you sit back and go, damn. We really grew up with these kids. After years of build-up, heartbreaks, and explosions of quirks, 2025 finally gave us the payoff we'd been waiting for, and it delivered. The animation, peak bones. Every frame feels like it's screaming, we're going out with a bang, literally. It's the culmination of two ideologies clashing, hope versus hatred, with the weight of every season behind it. The writing finally hits that emotional high note too. Characters we've seen since day one get their moments, and the pacing keeps you hooked without wasting a single second. It's closure done right. My Hero Academia's final season reminded everyone why it defined a generation of shonen fans, not by being perfect, but by ending with heart, fire, and the kind of catharsis only anime can pull off. When that final theme swirls and the dust settles, it hits you. We didn't just watch heroes grow, we grew with them. And maybe that's the real quirk of this story. If you looked at Dakopi's original sin and thought, a cute alien coming to spread happiness, how wholesome. Oh, you poor naive soul. This show that no one saw coming sucker punched everyone with one of the most emotionally devastating stories of the year. Dakopi might look like a plush toy, but his story is a mirror to humanity's darkest and most tender sides. It's a masterclass in tone balance, gentle visuals, heavy themes, and writing that hits like a train made of sadness. Despite its bleakness, there's beauty in its honesty. It doesn't manipulate your tears, it earns them. The ending left me staring at the credits, silently re-evaluating life. If Clannad broke you once upon a time, Dakopi's original sin will make sure the emotional damage is permanent.
最近はちょっと悪くないんだ。静香ちゃん、ごめんね。And at number 1, surprise, surprise, Chainsaw Man Rezehen chainsawed through the competition and claims the throne. MAPPA once again reminded the world that they can animate literal chaos and somehow make it look like fine art. Rezehen was everything we loved about Chainsaw Man. Brutal fights, twisted humor, and uncomfortably relatable characters. Wrapped in the tenderest love story you didn't expect from a show about a guy with a chainsaw for a face. I don't know if this is a controversial take, but honestly, this is the best animated shonen movie I've watched. Yes, even better than the Demon Slayer movies. It's loud, it's tragic, it's romantic in the most Chainsaw Man way possible. Messy, explosive, and unforgettable. By the end, I was left sitting there thinking, damn, they really did it.
みんなチェンソーの心臓ばっか欲しがっちゃってデンジーの心臓は欲しかねえのかバン
So there it is, the best anime of 2025. If this is the bar we're setting for anime's future, I can't wait for 2026 to somehow outdo it. What were your top picks this year? Let me know down below. And as always, hit that like button, subscribe for more weeb nonsense, and I'll see you next time.